Hey folks, Mr. G here. Just going to do some refresher, a couple of little mini videos on measurements using the Keysight 34460A digital multimeter. These same procedures can be used for any multimeter that we have in the college or any multimeter that you have at home. It's the same principle. So the first measurement we're going to do is for resistance. So when measuring resistors, you must not have any power connected to the circuit. So you cannot measure resistance with the power connected. So I have three little resistors sitting here. First, what I'm going to do is I'm going to measure those resistors by themselves, and then I will put them into the circuit and I will do a measurement of the total resistance of the circuit. So first what we're going to do is we're going to take our leads for the meter. The red lead goes into the top right hole. That input there has the symbol for ohms, so that's resistance. The black one is going to go into the black directly below it. That is the common for our meter. So now we have these two connectors, and what we're going to do is we are going to place a resistor in between the two. We are not going to touch it with our fingers because our fingers will alter the measurement. And then we need to take this and put it into a measurement for resistance. So the resistance on this meter is this ohms symbol right here, this button. We push that once and it puts this into an ohm meter and gives me a measurement of resistance. So this resistor is 19.852 kilo ohms. So 19.852 kilo ohms. This is a 20 ohm resistor, 20 kilo ohm resistor. It's supposed to be 20 kilo ohms, but it's actually reading 19.85-ish kilo ohms. You will notice that the values fluctuate ever so slightly. Everything that you do to this resistor, the temperature, the type of connection you have will alter the reading. So what you're going to always do is just kind of take a steady average. So again, 19.849, so I would round that off to 19.85 kilo ohms. The next one, again, just put the resistance between the clips. This one is 50.384 kilo ohms. This is supposed to be a 51 kilo ohm resistor, and it is measuring 50.38 kilo ohms. This last one here is 9.857 kilo ohms. This one is supposed to be a 10 kilo ohm resistor, and it is reading 9.857, again, kilo ohms. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to build a little circuit using my breadboard and these three resistors. If I want to measure the total resistance of this circuit, so the total resistance of a circuit is looking from the power supply into the circuit, I am going to disconnect the power supply, because again, you cannot measure resistance when you have a power supply connected to the circuit. So I'm going to take my two leads, still set up to measure resistance, and I'm going to connect one to where that power supply was and the other one to where the other power supply lead was, and I am reading the total resistance of that circuit is 56.979 kilo ohms. So 56.979 kilo ohms is the total resistance for the circuit. So when you are measuring individual resistors, the best practice is to take them out of the circuit, measure them out of the circuit. When you are measuring total resistance, you disconnect your power supply leads. You cannot measure resistance when power is connected to the circuit, and you are going to hook up your meter to where the power was connected and take your reading. Again, in this circuit, the way I just connected it quickly, it's 56.982 kilo ohms. So that's a quick review on how to measure resistance.